All right, good morning, afternoon, or evening, or whatever. Hey. I'm uh I'm streaming again. Yeah, I wanted to do some more some more playing around with PHP 8.4. So that's what we're doing today. Yeah, unfortunately, I just discovered that my like PHP Storm doesn't support a feature that I want to try out yet. uh, but that's not gonna stop us. That's fine. It's a work in progress, right? Let's see here. Oh, I need to do some window management still. Totally unprepared, but that's okay. Let's do it like this. By the way, folks. By the way, first the social media methods. Let's take a look at lazy objects. I should probably add a hashtag. How's everyone doing? Say hi in chat. Let me know you're here. And oh, I have a notification. Oh, that's fine. Like this. It takes a while on Blue Sky. And like so. Yeah, okay. Everyone knows I'm streaming. Good. And you're already here. No mention of Twitch. You see, the problem with Twitch trackers is that you post the link, and when the stream ends, there is no way to watch it back. Or maybe there is, but you just go to the stream page, right? While with YouTube, you just go directly to the recording, which is like people who want to watch afterwards, and there are quite a lot of people who watch the streams afterwards. They yeah, I feel like it's easier for them to just go directly to the recording instead of having to look around for it, and that's why I share the YouTube link. But Twitch is here as well. You're on Twitch. You're watching on Twitch, right? Here's Twitch. Here I am. By the way, I let's see. I made some changes. Actually, I need to check this. How is what's the quality like? Is it only 3? Okay. Yeah, this is better. Okay. I changed some settings in OBS because I noticed that there was some lag yesterday. Yesterday? Did I stream yesterday or the day before? I don't remember. There was still some lag, and I did some reading about it, and it's definitely an OBS issue thingy on Mac. Lots of people have the problem there. So I did some settings changes, and I hope the quality is still good enough now. Yeah, like, yeah. I'm not sure if it's something I can fix, and if it's not, then I have to go back to something else, maybe other than OBS, which I don't like because I like OBS. It's nice. But yeah, we'll have to figure it out. I also updated OBS, so maybe that will help. So yeah, just keep me posted in chat, right? Hello, Sergio as well. Ashley, metaphorically speaking, Tragets, undefined, undef. Are you on the Tempest Discord as well? I don't know. Hey, speaking about Tempest, by the way, before we dive into lazy objects, but look at this. I tagged Tempest Alpha 2, which is, like it's been 3 weeks since I tagged the first alpha release, and there are a couple of new features, but most importantly, it was about. I'm sorry, also reading chat, but it was about like lots of bug fixes and performance improvements and stuff like that. And I felt it was a good time, so I made this blog post. Also made a blog on Tempest now. Still need to I need to style the overview. Still, look at this. This sucks, but it's okay. No, but a couple of cool features, right? Authentication and authorization is added, like basics. We worked on this on stream at the beginning of this week. And by the way, I settled with the allow attribute here. Allow user permission admin, for example. That felt like a good way of like a good name. There's also the new website, of course, and the string and array helper functions. They are really nice. I added like regex support in the string helper as well, which is pretty cool. Let me actually show you the docs here. New window, where. Yep. Here we are. Let's see. It was called the docs redirect middleware. Yeah, over here. Some pretty cool things here. So path, if it matches a specific regex, right, and then you can also replace a regex pattern directly on the string, which is nice. I really like that. It's still indexing. That's why. Okay, now it's good. Now it's good. Isn't the capture card gonna help with this? I don't know. Yeah, I like. It's not like I'm streaming in 4K. It's just 180p. So, I figured this would be good enough. Just good old OBS, but yeah. I also have to figure out how to show the chat in like on the stream. I know there are ways to like embed the chat window on the stream. It's not really all that nice. There are, especially because I have two chats to monitor, right? The Twitch chat and the YouTube chat. So I still need to figure out a solution for that. But hey, we're learning. Oh yeah, there's also caching, of course. Did I show this on stream? There's a typo here. Hang on. I need to fix that. Alpha 2. Let's see. Over here, need a semicolon. Yeah. Let's deploy that. Boom. Okay, that will be fixed in a second. And discovery improvements, of course. Yeah. Enzo PR'd like a pretty cool feature. It wasn't on the to-do list, but no one was willing to pick it up. But Enzo did. So you can now mark classes that shouldn't be discovered at all, except for specific discovery classes, which is really nice. And we're gonna, yeah, that's fixed now. We're going to combine that with a, let me check here, a can be published attribute, so that third-party vendor packages can mark which files should be published, and they aren't discovered by default, but if you publish them, they are. Like, for example, migration files and stuff like that will be really useful. And we're like, Enzo is gonna write like a cool console command around it as well, interactive, and you can just select the files that you want, and Tempest discovers everything, you know, the Tempest way, right? It's really nice. Question regarding the regex helpers. Should we add one for pragmatch all? Yeah, we should. Yeah. I didn't do it yet because it was, let me see here. The middleware here matches. So there's match, right? Which returns just the matches array, which does a pragmatch, a simple pragmatch. And I also need a method match all. Actually, if you want to, you can send a PR and I'll merge it like instantly if you want to. I think it should be this. It should be called match all. So yeah, I didn't need it at the time, and I actually was working on the docs and I wanted to move along. So I figured, okay, we'll add it when someone finds the time for it. So yeah, that's to come. But totally agree. So this is pretty cool. Shared it on Reddit as well. But like all the comments were about I had a CSS bug in the blog, unfortunately. But it's fixed now. It's fixed. So yeah, that's the Tempest news. Really, really cool. I'm going away for the weekend without any kids with my wife. So which is the first time in 5 years, 6 years actually. So I'm not gonna work on Tempest for a weekend, basically. So you all enjoy whatever you want to do in Tempest, but I'm not gonna merge any pull requests or review any pull requests. Oh, actually, hang on. Enzo just marked this ready for review. I didn't write test. Don't tell Aiden. Because these interactive parts of the console that are used in publish command are not testable right now. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I also PR'd some changes to the migration manager because it forces the creation of the migration table, which makes me wonder if this should be a publishable class or not. But we should discuss this in another PR. It's a good question, but yeah, something to be discussed. But look what you can do now with this PR. Let me see if there's an example. Yeah, can be published. So yeah, this is a good example. So the create migrations table is a migration provided by Tempest, but do you want to like actually use it in your project or not? You don't know. So you mark it as can be published, and you also say that Tempest shouldn't discover it by default, except for the publish discovery. I don't really like this part entirely, because let me actually zoom in a little bit. Because like can be published also implies do not discover, but you can also use do not discover without can be published, and it makes sense in that case as well. So let's just keep it like this for now and see if we have to improve it or not. But this is really cool. Let me actually, I want to try this out. So let's before diving into where are the command line instructions over here? I need the Tempest framework. What? Oh, you have end stage changes. I don't have any more. No, I still do. Ah, ooh, hang on. Git reset hard. Git clean dash F and git check out main. Okay, hang on. Okay. Now we're good. I know what's putting me off. Like, hang on. I want the old terminal. That was, yeah. The new terminal is still work in progress, right? Beta. Okay, and now we can do this. Oh, it already exists, but git reset hard. I merged it in main. I need this one. Git reset hard. Okay. I need to do this and then check out Senjai. Hang on. Feature fee. There's no auto completion here. That's annoying. Publish. Yeah. Okay. And now I can pull the changes. Okay. And now let's see. But I'm running PHP 8.4. Hang on. 8.3.3. This one. And I need to refresh my terminal. Okay. So what's the Tempest publish? Like that. Oh, there's a bug with the. Oh no, now it works. That's probably because I resized the terminal. So yeah, you can select which files you want to be published, to have published, right? And then, do you want to override it? No, I don't want to override it. Oh, and then there's an issue. Oh. Okay, but you get the idea. I'm not gonna merge the PR yet. You get the idea, right? So all files that can be published are listed here, and you can pick and choose which ones you want to publish, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. We'll need to do some more playing around with it, but yeah, that's gonna be very nice. So that's gonna be added in Alpha 3, I guess. But I'm not gonna look at it right now, and so that means I won't look at it until after the weekend. I'm sorry, Enzo, but really cool PR. So, lazy objects. That's what I wanted to talk about today. Let's see here. Yeah, now I removed my. That's actually new projects. Let's do it like this. It's not doing anything. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's say lazy over here. So new window. So lazy. Let's say composer require Tempest debug, because that's I do want that. Oh, composer init. Like that. Okay, and let's see here if we can play around with it a little bit, but the problem is that there's no PHP Storm support for it yet, as far as I understand. So, but it's a pretty cool feature, like PHP 8.4 feature, right? Let's switch here to 8.4 and use 8.4, yeah. So, let's check whether it works. Uh-oh. Yeah, failure called. Oh, yeah, I need to require like so. Okay, so that works. And I'm pretty sure we're running PHP 8.4 because there are deprecation errors here. So that's good. Let's move this to the right. Like so. And that means we can try it out, right? So lazy objects, granted, it's more like a feature that frameworks will use, but if you are following this channel here, you know that that's one of the things I'm working on. So I hope we can get this to work without like too many problems, especially without autocompletion. But okay, so we have a class. It has a private int foo property, right? We're not going to make it read-only for now. And then we have an initializer for that class. And what is that used for? Yeah, okay, creating lazy proxy. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. We have, so this object here. Yeah. That's what we need. So, okay, we have an object, which is an instance of my class. Actually, let's rename this to author, right? Author, and author as a string name. Just, it's better than foo. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So we have this class here, right? And actually, let's do this first because that makes more sense. And we create, instead of creating a class directly, instead of doing author is new author Brent, right? Instead of doing this, we're going to create a reflection class for author, and then we're going to say, I'm gonna move all of this over here just so that it's a bit more clear. We're going to create an instance of this class, of the author class, but we're going to make a lazy ghost instead of just a normal object. And the cool thing is, so we have this object here. So whatever new lazy ghost does, it returns an instance of author, right? But as you can see, there's no name in it. But it is an instance, right? And so the next thing that happens, so if we say, if we try to write out that name, oh, cannot access private property, public, right? Oh, you see what happened? So whenever we tried to access a property on this lazy ghost, whatever it is, we actually run this code, right? We run whatever's passed into this this callback here. And so that means that if you don't construct it, don't access anything, you can just pass around author like any normal object, right? And you can type hint on author. So function do something, it accepts an author, right? And then we'll just write author over here. Let's say do something with author. So this should work. And define, yeah, object. So, but PHP Storm doesn't know like about this method yet, so it's a little bit lacking. So do something works just fine. You can pass in the author because it actually is an instance of author, right? So type checking like this works just fine. But it's actually it's a proxy. It's a lazy ghost. It's not populated yet. And the cool thing is that whenever like you access a property here, it will populate whatever is happening here. And so why is this a pretty cool feature? Like I've been building an ORM, you know that, right? Let's say we have a class collection. Like, and it has items, right? Let's actually say belongs to, and so it has. Let me see. It has some data string name. Okay, I need a better name here. Let's say book title. Okay, say you, and then over here public book. So let's do it like here. So say we load like the author from the database. It has a name, Brent, and it has a book, right? Book. Like so. So if you want to populate this object from the database, you'll have to do a query to gather information from the author table, right? But you also need to do a query to gather information for the book. And in this case, it's pretty simple, but you know that like the n+1 performance issues in Laravel with eager and with lazy loading, I mean, like this can get out of hand pretty quickly. And and like an additional problem here is you don't want to load all the related data all at once, because that's just going to take too much memory, right? Okay. So instead of doing, but like this is handled by the ORM, right? You wouldn't do this manually. But instead of actually retrieving the data here, what you could do in your ORM is say book proxy. Oh, come on. Yeah. Let's say new reflection class over book. Yeah. And we create a new lazy ghost, and we say whenever it's done here, instead of just constructing, of course, we're going to load data from the database, right? And so let's pass our book proxy here, which is possible because it's the right type, right? And then we can remove all of this. So let's dump our author now. Okay, so our author, it has a name which is loaded from the database. Actually, let's say database query, something like this. So, okay, nothing happens. But as soon as you try to access the book, doesn't matter from where, it could be a controller, could be a view, could be, you know, as soon as you try to do that, it's actually going to do another database query or not. No, because we actually we don't just need to access the book here. We need to access, it's a property. Actually, yeah, this needs to be public. As soon as we try to access a property of this proxy, we're going to get a type error, of course. Let's see, uncaught type error, ghost must be book. Like this. Then we're going to perform a database query, and we're going to actually get the right data. So this is a pretty powerful feature. I realize it's like more behind the scenes, of course. You shouldn't be doing this in project code. But creating proxies is a pretty like important part of framework code. You run into lots of places, especially ORM and like data mapping stuff, where you want to lazily load data depending on, you know, what happens when. So yeah, this is a pretty cool feature. What I'm missing is what I would like, because now you can create a lazy proxy over, or a lazy ghost, I should say. You can create proxies over classes, right? But I would like to have a little bit more flexibility and to be able to create them over specific properties, so that you know, in this case, instead of saying like the whole book is a lazy lazy proxy, right? That you could say that the book property of author is made lazy, which means that because if author would have several relations, like in my mind, it's easier to do it. Like book would be a separate lazy property, and whenever you access book, that gets loaded, and whenever you access publishers, that gets loaded, but not the whole object at once. The only thing you can do now, if you want to have if you want to make author itself lazy, you have to make it lazy as a full object, and then work with these make book lazy and make publishers lazy. You know, in my mind, it would be easier to just have lazy properties on their own and not just classes. I talked about this with who was it? Arno, I think. He said it's possible to do. Arno is the one who made this, who coded all of this up. So maybe we want to, or I need to write an RFC for it, for PHP 8.5 or something. But let's first see how all of this works. The reason it's designed this way is, well, it's heavily inspired by Doctrine. So I think this is just the approach Doctrine takes, and they took that design, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, wouldn't that break Liskov? Since the property would effectively change type. But no, the property doesn't change type. That's the good thing of proxies. Like, I guess Binary Kitten that you joined later in the stream because you just said hello, but like this proxy is an instance of book. So, and like that's the thing that's not possible right now. If you want to have proxy classes, you need to like do something like this, or belongs to something like this would work, but that doesn't, like, makes no sense at all. So yeah, I mean, let me actually check like Doctrine lazy loading, like how you, so yeah, Doctrine has their collection classes, right, which have these, I don't know how it works internally, and Doctrine belongs to, how do you define belong to? I don't know how Doctrines handle it. Doctrine handles it. Sorry. Maybe you have to make them nullable, like because of these optionally loaded relations. I don't know if anyone in chat knows how it works in Doctrine, like optionally loaded relations. Let me know. The way I do it in Tempest is with kind of a hack in PHP, but it works. So yeah, basically whenever but it doesn't work with read-only classes. That's the downside. But what I do is, if there's no data provided for book here, then I'll unset the property, which means that even though like it's a type property and like it's never constructed, but you can still unset it, and if you do that, you can hook into with the magic getter. So and then whenever someone calls book, then you have an entry point for loading it from the database, for example. But with the property, would that not change the type? Well, no, because like this book proxy here, it is even though you call new lazy ghost, and even though it's internally something different, it is an instance of book. So that's pretty cool. Tune is asking what editor this is. This is PHP Storm. Tune. Turn, I guess. Turn, right. But this is gonna, it is a really cool feature. Especially because like the key part here is that you, this is an instance of book. No, I mean lazy property. No, but it is not a lazy property. I mean, maybe I'm misunderstanding here binary kitten. Binary kitten. But it is a really nice name. It really is an instance of book. And you don't have to accommodate for another type here. You don't have to say that this is a lazy object or book. It's just a book and it works. So yeah, there's another approach here. So you have lazy ghosts. But you also have, let's see, lazy proxies, and the difference is creating a lazy proxy. The difference here is that, with a ghost, you actually already get an instance of the object, and with a proxy, you don't, and you have to create a, no, you do. No, no, what's actually, I don't know. Proxy objects. Before calling the initializer, the object is marked as no lazy project. It's something like you have to return a new my class. I don't know. I did a video about this as well, or a live stream a couple of months ago. And I think communication is weird via random sentences, etc. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I misunderstand binary kitten. I don't know. Sorry if I do. So yeah, really cool RFC. I mean, like, of course, it's for framework related code mostly, but it's a pretty powerful feature. So yeah, PHP 8.4. It's gonna be. Let's actually see. I still need to update my my blog post here. Like property hooks, we played around with yesterday, right? New without parentheses. Such a small feature, but it's gonna be so nice. But like, this is something I do a lot. Like, no, it's also. Yeah, I should write the regex thing for it to make sure. But like this right? And PHP Storm already registers it like so. This is nice. This is so cool. Such a small change, but so nice. And this is. Did you know, by the way? Like this is. Text-based chat with time delay always has context and understanding issues. Definitely binary kitten. But yeah, I appreciate that we're trying. This is something like it's something that's been in PHP for a very long time. Like you could make a type property. You could mark it with a default value as null, and it would automatically become nullable. But now you'll have to explicitly say it should be allowed nullable. I am curious, like how many code bases will get deprecation notices. It's super easy to fix, and I'm sure Rector will automate it. And PHP Storm, and let's actually check here if PHP Storm already has a. Oh yeah, I was playing around with it here. Yeah, it's already marked as a deprecation, like so. And then and you can also scan for these in PHP Storm in bulk. So That's really nice. With a lazy property proposal, wouldn't the type be declared when defining class properties and the actual value be loaded at the point of measurement, making the type consistent? Yeah, I think that's what I said, right? But maybe I'm again missing out on something, missing out on context via chat. This one, by the way, new HTML5 support, also really cool. I only wrote one paragraph of it, but I also wrote a dedicated blog post and I made a video about it. So I did some stuff, but you know, it's we're finally gonna be able to parse HTML5 code with PHP. And also one of these things that I'm using a lot in Tempest, by the way. Like the whole view engine, Tempest view renderer. It's let's see here. Let's see what happens. No, this is just content loading. And then we load, oh yeah, over here, of course. So now we use an external library for it. So we load the HTML into like a proper DOM. But PHP isn't able to do this with modern HTML code. It just fails. So so there's the HTML5 library, which is just a composer package. But all of this is going to be included in PHP 8.4, which is nice, really cool. Implied nullable is headaches, as people think string x equals null will only accept strings being passed to. Yeah, like I don't know, like there was a good reason for not doing it at the time. I think it was because people like internals were afraid of breaking backwards compatibility, something like that. But it's a good change. You're right on proxies. They return a new instance and calls are forwarded to that instance. Yeah. That's the difference with proxies, right? Yeah. I wish we could remove the. Oh, really? You wish Binary Kittens wishes that we could remove the question sign as a way of indicating that something is nullable. And my guess is you're saying we should always write the union type then, right? I don't know about it. Like personally, I like this as a shorthand, but I mean, if you're doing more unions anyway, you need to use the union null notation because this doesn't work, right? Would this work actually? No. So yeah, I like the shorthand, just like I like short closures as well as shorthand. You can't use them everywhere, but it's still a good thing. Union plus. I missed the. Oh, like when you're reviewing code, you're saying you missed the question mark here. I don't really have that problem, personally. I've never, never really ran into issues there, or never experienced it to be an issue. It's pretty clear for me personally, but I guess it's a preference. And like if within your projects everyone agrees that it should be nullable, union nulls all the time, there's probably a rector rule to enforce that, or a PHP CS fixer rule to force that as well. So yeah, I don't know. I like this more, but I think this is a good thing that it's going away. It's so weird. PHP is weird sometimes. So yeah, lazy objects. That's actually all I wanted to look at today. What time is it? Oh, actually, I do have a meeting in half an hour, so I guess I already need to wrap up pretty soon. But yeah, there's so much work to be done though. Like if I'm looking at these PHP 8.4 RFCs, lazy objects, asymmetric visibility, property hooks, and then HTML5 support, like big features, and all of them have an impact on Tempest's code base. So it's gonna be an effort to like make everything 8.4 compatible. Not compatible, I should say. I want 8.4 to be the minimum supported version when we tag 1.0. So yeah, that's a lot of work to be done, and it's like I'm putting it a little bit off because 8.4 support is still, it's still beta, so not all packages are updated. I will have to figure that out as well. But yeah, if someone wants to help with it, you can just submit a pull request. But like, it's too early now to do it anyway, because you can't expect people to switch to 8.4 entirely at this point. So I also want the it's RC actually. PHP 8.4 is it in RC? PHP 8.4. Yeah, it is. Yeah. But you can't expect like contributors. Let me say that differently. At this point, I want to not raise the barrier for people to contribute. So yeah, make Alpha 3 the feature editions, and then we'll shift towards 8.4 support. Yeah, probably. There are still a couple of things we need to implement, right? In Tempest in Alpha. I wrote them down here. Oh, unstyled block. But let's see. Aiden is working on the file system. Enzo is gonna work on that can be published attribute. Sergio is working on extended regex support for routing as well. We need to make sure that's merged in the next alpha. And then I'm going to work on async command handling. So there is still a couple of things to do, and then we can tag Alpha 3, and then we can move on to trying to support 8.4. But first, I'm going to go on a weekend away without kids, which is gonna be good. It's gonna be weird as well, honestly. But yeah, I'm excited about it, but also a bit scared. We'll see if I survive or if the kids survive. But yeah, that's about it for today. Thanks for hanging around and sharing your thoughts about lazy objects. Pretty cool RFC. PHP 8.4 is like perfect release. Like minor release, but so many cool features added to it. Really cool. Now we still need generics, and possibly also object primitives would be nice, like objects for integers and strings, stuff like that. And yeah, PHP is in a good place. Cool stuff happening. So folks, thanks for being here. Don't forget to leave a like and stuff like that. And then I'll see you after the weekend, right? Bye-bye.